Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday, it's the 14th of November, we've got some new mods, we've got some updates. The class Vario pack by Melody98, the map Adelshoven by MN99, MN97 and Martin N, that doesn't say whether it needs a new update or not, and the 53-foot drop deck trailer pack with auto load by Mac Trucker 921 have had updates. In front of me we've got the Hermann header rack by SolarGuyModding. These are 5 slots each. There are 2 of these. One of them is just a header rack. I say just a header rack. As you can see, room for 3 headers of various different lengths because of the way this is designed. You can turn on the lights. You've got a little overhang on the back there. You can put pallets and things like that if you want to over the back. Now it does suggest as part of this pack, as a download, it says recommended mod lizard wheel loader header mover, which you can look for. I found, as always, the trusty big bag handler works really well for getting stuff up and down. You do have to put the reel right down though. The top one's not as bad, but the 2 further down are quite, they're not as deep. So you might have to do that and that. Let's get that level first, hang on. About there. I can raise that up and rest it, and I can take that down. So you don't have to use the wheel loader one. There's big bag handlers and various different things, so you can put your headers wherever you want, depending on the size as well. Like I say, you've got quite a few different holders there, so it shouldn't be too bad. So let's try and get that in the gap. There we go. So that's the first one. The other one has got silos behind it as well. So it says 50,000 litres. If we go into build mode, and this we will find actually under sheds, these are. I suppose because they're covered, I guess. The first one, 25 grand. Slot count on 5 comes down to 1. That's with silos. And it says 50,000 litres, but there are 5 things it can take, each one 50,000 litres. So the total combined is 250,000. Then that one there for 12,500 is just the standard header rack. Now if I go over to here, and I'll show you what it will take. He says, why is it not coming up? There we go. Bottom right, water, seed, liquid fertiliser, lime and herbicide, all at 50,000 litres can be taken and put in here. In and out is done right next to it. This does have light switch on it as well. Very cool indeed. The Hermann header rack by SolarGuyModding. Next we have got, now I haven't got any weeds, I know on this map, but I don't generally on my test maps, but this is a weeder, just so you can have a look at it. I'm not going to do any weeding with it, but this is the 3-metre weeder by Dogface. It's 6 slots. If you've got weeds, it will weed. You find it under weeders. Out on the end there, 4,500, that's all. 35 horsepower required, that's all. No options available other than what you get it with. Fairly straightforward, mechanical weeder. That's by Dogface. We'll do this one next actually. We'll do these, then we'll go out to the field. This is the Gravity Diesel Tank by FSG Modding FSG Tasman. It's 4 slots and it will hold 2,000 litres. I think it's only... Hang on, was it 2,000 litres or was it 2,000 to buy? Might be 2,000 to buy. I think it might be 1,700. Oh no, it's 2,000 litres. 1,750 to buy. I'm just getting the 2 figures mixed up. So we can do this in increments to fill it up if you want to, however you want to go about it. Once purchased, that's now full, gravity fed, and you take your diesel out from that side. This is under build mode and containers. Just there, yeah, 1,750, there you go, to buy 2,000 litre capacity. That makes life a little bit easier. That's by FSG Modding and FSG Tasman. Next we've got this, the Slatted cowshed. Now I'm not going to lie, when I first read this, eyesight or brain just playing tricks, I thought it said salted cowshed. I was like, what? Why would it be salted? That doesn't make any sense. Slatted, not salted. The Slatted cowshed by Sully. This is 19 slots, 100,000 to buy. The lighting inside is automatic, comes on at night. There's no light switch for it. It holds 100 cows. Slurry point is at this end. The door's dual open. Oh, just taking a nap. What I do like with this one, as you can see, it's slatted, that the bedding is actually on the beds, you know. Not necessarily all over the floor. That's quite cool. We can open this section as well. You don't need to, but you can. feed is put in here, as is the straw bedding at the front. This end, you've got your dialogue box. Why is that door not opening now? There we go. Dialogue box for your 100 cows is there at the end. Milk point is here at this end, although there's not a milk tank here, but... And if you want manure, you have to put a separate manure heap, because it does take straw for bedding, so you will get manure, and obviously you do get slurry. You'll find this under build mode, under animals, under the cows there. Slot count comes down from 19 to 1 for the salted cow shed, the slatted cow shed. That's by Sully. Next to that, we've got this. This is the pumping wind turbine by Fra-Cassés. 6 slots on console. You'll find this under build mode and containers, as well as the gravity-fed diesel tank. Just there. So the water station can supply your water tanks with fresh water. The description on the mod hub, not that it's misleading at all, water pumping wind turbine with decorative basins. Okay, that's pretty cool. The wind turbine spins, runs the pump, fills the water tank up here, which is decorative. You can come and get your water. That doesn't actually spin at all. Disappointed is the wrong word, but I just thought it would. I wasn't sure if when you came and got water from it, whether it would simulate it trying to refill, but it doesn't spin. But I just thought... I didn't even say how much it was, did I? I was so busy. 2,000, that's all. And once it's placed, your water is free when you come to get it from here. But that's your pumping wind turbine by Fra-Cassés. Next, we've got the brick oven. Again, I'm not going to lie, crabby MrSealyp. This is the brick oven by Debinator. It's 10 slots download. It's 110 grand to buy and place, and it's a bakery at the end of the day. The description on this says, wood-burning brick oven with lighting. Use this oven to make even better bread and cakes. And you think, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't write down any of the megabyte downloads, did I? I've just realised I've gone through, I've got all the mod review ready and didn't write them down. This is 16.53 megabytes download. Apologies for that. Let me just go back. I should be able to find it on here. The slatted cow shed was 15.96 megabytes. The pumping wind turbine was 9.4. How remiss of me. The header rack was 17.1 megabytes. The 3-meter weeder, 4.92. Is that what we've done so far? Yeah. So, right, the brick oven. So, yeah. So, you can make even better bread. But here's the thing. It's, putting in is done here. It takes all the regular things that a regular bakery takes. If we click on the manage here, I have put a standard bakery next to it from the game. So, bear in mind, this is 110 grand. Standard one's normally 50 or 60, something like that. If you look at the cycles per month there for bread, 2,160. 2,160. Cake, 192. Cake, 192. The recipes are exactly the same as well. So it's not even like it does bread faster or cake faster or anything like that. It's just the fact that it's brick oven. Then I did think, okay, well maybe once you put all the stuff in and you set it all off, doing the bread or doing whatever, the chimneys, you'll get smoke coming out of them. No, don't get smoke coming out of them either. So it's just, I mean, there are loads of bakeries available. I think it's just the description. I read it and thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder what's going to make it even better bread, but it's standard, really. Build mode, productions. Apologies to the mod makers. I'm not trying to be, I'm just, I don't know. Like I say, I'm in a crabby mood today. Yeah, 50 grand there for the standard in-game bakery, 110 for that one. So my question when this sort of thing happens is, I get it, but if you're starting off and you're trying to get going on a Let's Play or whatever, you're going to think, oh, I want to do bread, I want to do cakes, I'll get a bakery. If you've haven't got a huge amount of money, you're going to go for the cheaper option, regardless. Unless the mod itself does something much better or much faster, or there's something about it that makes it stand out, that makes you want it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I think it looks great. I love the open air thing and the fact it's all kind of, everything's prepared here. It's all done in the ovens. That's great, but I just thought we might do more. Anyway, that's the brick oven by Debinator. Moving on from there, we've got this. This is the Fortschritt E303 pack by AAA Modding. And I thought immediately, hang on, we've already got this, but we haven't. We've got the Fortschritt Forage Harvester pack already from AAA Modding. This has got a couple of extra, what's that cover? It's got this extra bit here that I don't think we had on the previous versions of this, if I recall. This is 41.86 megabytes to download. There are 4 items in here. We've got the E303 self-propelled mower unit there, which is 9 slots. We've then got the mower, which has got its own built-in header trailer. The mower is 4 slots and 5 meters wide. We've then got a tedder, which is that one there. The tedder is 3 slots and 3 meters wide. And then we got the windrower, which is 3 slots and 3 meters wide. We've then got this attacher, which is a 3-point link attacher, which you can put on the front instead of the mowers and all the other bits, and you can make it a bit more versatile around the yard and doing stuff, which will give you the option. It does have a rear trailer hitch, as you can see, which is designed primarily for pulling the header trailer and the header. I'm sure people will think of ingenious things to do with it, and the fact you've got a 3-point link on the front might give you a few more options with things you can do with it, with the trailer hitch on the back. But these are always, AAA modding stuff is always very nicely detailed, looks great. If we go into vehicles and we go to mowers, right on the end there, 105 grand. That thing as well, I remember this being cheaper. I'm sure it was a lot cheaper. Again, could be misremembering, but I thought it was cheaper. We've got standard configuration, E303 brown, E303 green, E303 green and white, back to standard. Wheel setup, standard or 10R20s. Raised up a little bit more knobbly. We've got weight is 3,500, or we can have a 5,000, which has a bit of weight on the rear axle to counterbalance. If you are going to use that 3-point link and put something that overhangs on the front, maybe. Rim colour, any one of those. And license plate option, I've got it on none, but you can have a license plate option on there if you wish. If we come out of there and we'll go down to miscellaneous, that's not, no, I need tools, there we go, tools are miscellaneous. We've got the AC01, 15 grand. Slot count on that, actually I need to double check that because I didn't write that down. I know, what's the matter with me today? It'll be under miscellaneous. Oh, there's only one anyway. That's cool. So, as it says, trailer with a 3-point hitch for tractors without one. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. No, it says for tractors without one. I think it's only designed to go on this, as far as I can tell, judging by the way it connects up. Then we've got under tedders. Out on the end, we've got the E318T for tedder. 12 grand, slot count comes down to 1, only 15 horsepower required. We can change the main colour to mix and match with the other bits and bobs. Then we've got the windrower, the E318, also 12 grand, also requires 15 horsepower. Again, we can change the colour. So we'll start off. I love the sound of it. So like I say, that hooks up specifically to that, but it gives you a 3-point link option. We disconnect that. Now it will depend on whether or not this trailer hitch will hook up. There's so many different mods out there for tedders and windrowers and all sorts of stuff that you might be able to run on the back of it, potentially. We need to hold the mower. So like I say, it's one of those things that people might find ingenious ways of making it work. There's quite a few different adapters. But it puts in a windrow anyway, so windrow wouldn't necessarily be something you might want to do, but you might want a tedder behind it. There's not going to be many without a 3-point, without a PTO. Although there is a, oh, it's a 12-volt attachment. Yeah, many balers that would work on the back of that. So that's your mower. 11 miles an hour. Does the job. Interior, nicely detailed. Visibility is good. All very lovely. We do have a beacon on top. Start the engine. Lighting. And horn. So, we'll jump out of that one. And we'll go to our tedder. Now the tedder does spread it all out a little bit more. Most tedders do. This is just a turn on and lower. And it puts it all out to one side, but it does spread it a little bit. Like that. Nice animation. I like the way it's the augers flinging it all out the side. It looks pretty cool. So that's your tedder. And then we've got the windrower. The windrower needs to be unfolded first, which puts that board out on the end, so as all of the windrowed material goes out and hits that, it doesn't keep flinging off into the distance. It hits that, then hits the floor. That's the plan. So I'm going to come back the other way with this one, I think. Simply because it will get it back into the middle again. It'll windrow whatever you want to windrow. It's not anything in particular. It doesn't have to do hay, or do grass or hay or straw, whatever you want to windrow. Start that up. Drop it down. And it does pretty much the width of what we've just tedded. So if you are tedding and then using this to windrow, as you can see, we're windrowing up our tedded grass, or hay now, out behind us. It will windrow whatever you want to windrow. Basically, this goes that way. So there we go. Very nice. The Fortschritt E303 pack by AAA Modding. Which brings me on to the last of the mods. Yeah, last of the mods for today. And it's this. Now, this makes life easier, let's just say that. There are mods and there are various different things that people have used to do this. Forage harvesters do attach to far more trailers now, and there are some rear attachers that go onto forage harvesters, but this pack does it kind of all for you. This is the Mower and Wrapper with Hitch by Dogface. This one is, it says, please work, 18.09 megabytes to download. We do have a forage harvester, which I do like as well with the twins on the front. It does look pretty cool. But it does have a rear attacher with a PTO, although PTO doesn't look very happy on there at the moment. That's maybe not how it should be attached, but anyway, with a PTO attachment. So it will officially work rather than just a kind of bodge job that sometimes happens. Although that being said, I have done a bit of a bodge job over here because we're going to have a look at the few different options that this can do. Plus, we've also got the SW414 wrapper with Hitch. That's 20 slots, that's 6 slots. Now it has a hitch on the back so you can hook up a trailer. Now this comes with a required mod. The required mod is the Anderson Group TSR 3450 by Giants, which I downloaded because it has said I had to. That is 6 slots. No, 5 slots. So we can, when you've got square bales, you can square bale. This will do round bales as well. And then you can pick up those square bales all at the same time. So as you're going along, wrap your bales, bang, oh, lovely. Very nice indeed. Now there are a couple of different mods. There's a modded baler with a rear hitch. So you could, if you don't want to do wrapping and then picking up bales, you could potentially attach mowers from other packs onto the back of this, which then have a trailer hitch, so you could then pick up your bales as you go. There's all different ways of going about this now, but what we'll do, we'll start off with this. You'll find it under mowers. It was right next to the Fortschritt we just looked at. So there we go. There's the standard Big M 450, 380 grand. The Big M 450 with PTO, 380 grand. Car nods that. Like I said, slot count's 20. Comes down to 1 for any subsequent one you get. 10 metres wide. We've got a D946 Liebherr engine at 549 horsepower, but if you're going to be running more stuff on the back, you can have the D966 at 603 horsepower, which has a bit more on. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, BKT, Friedrichstein, and back again. Each one of those has a standard or a front twin. if you want to go down that route. I just thought it looked really cool and a little bit different, something we haven't really seen. Main colour, anything on that palette, for example. Design Paint 2 does all of that. Then Design Paint 3 does the skirts on the mowers. Let's go with something that stands out. There we go. Oh, it doesn't really against the red, but anyway. So those are your choices on that. If we come down to tools and go along to our bale wrappers, so the SW4 4014 there, 54 grand, 54 grand, same price. Slot count, like I said, on this is 6, which will come down to 1 as well. We've got the option of, there's nothing within these, just these. We've got Trelleborg, Vredestein, Michelin, BKT, back again. We can have work lights and beacons on the top. Foil colour, all of those to choose from. I think I went for orange, but yep, peach kind of colour there as well. We've got other colours, there's some metallics at the top here and then kind of regular colours there, so we can change the colour of our wrapper completely. Rim colour, anything on that palette, and license plate option on there too. And if you've got the Anderson, that'll be under bale loaders. But I'm going to try it with another thing as well, just because I'm just curious. Maybe you don't have to use that, but that will do 14 bales. That's not a new mod, so we won't be kind of reviewing that. So we're going to unfold this. At the moment, we're on wide spreading. Now, obviously, if we're going to be doing baling, we don't want it on wide spreading. So what we can do is change our work mode, toggle work mode. We've got our bale size, 220, 240 or 180. We'll go with 220, we'll stick in the middle of the road. Start it up, drop our mowers down so it will windrow. We can lower our pickup on our baler, turn it on. So what should happen now is as we go, as we mow, we are now mowing and baling and dropping off the back, which is pretty cool. I like that. What I'm curious to find out, the standard one, if I press L1 and double click X, so the standard in-game one, you can get away with double clicking, it tricks it into raising the front and you can go at the full speed. I wonder, let's turn it off then and double click it and now try it. Can I get it to go at the full speed? Or will it not mow? No, it's still sticking to that. Yes, so you can trick it into going at 26 miles an hour. So this one won't, but you're getting the ability to do this other stuff, which is pretty cool. So, it's taking forever to get the bale to go on the back there. Come on. We haven't got all day. Ain't you got homes to go to? Tight turning, as you can see, not advised. You can miss stuff, depends on how wide the pickup is for the baler. So that's it in its sort of baling mode, so to speak. What we are going to do though is move over to this one, because this one I put a round baler on, but not just a round baler, I've got a round baler wrapper on the back of this one. So we should be able to do our mowing, do our bales. We're on swath dropping. Let's turn on the baler. Let's turn on the mowers. We'll turn on automatic drop. Drop that down. We'll go to the back and lower pickup. Yeah, the Picho doesn't seem happy, although it's there, it's working, it's doing what it should be. We will need to stop for a second. This isn't the fast bale. We don't want to overshoot, so we'll just stop there in a second. So we'll, once the back goes down, we can then carry on. Why didn't that wrap? I got the bale on the wrong size. Doesn't do 180s. Let's try it at the 125. I think the next one's going to be a 180. Let's see if we'll do it at the 125. Okay, let's see. It could just be because it was a 180. So this will be a 3.5. There we go. That's all it was, just wrong bale size. So we can mow, windrow, bale, wrap round bales all in one pass, which is pretty cool. Oh, that went pretty quick. Fantastic. So, next test. Turn it off a second. What I wanted to check and see was, and this is what I was talking about, so the balers work fine because the PTO's above. I wondered, and there's loads of different tedders available, so potentially we can mow and ted at the same time, but the PTO's underneath, so whilst it has got a PTO attachment there, it hasn't actually connected. But again, because there are attachments that do this, this isn't something necessarily new, but it is for this mod. So we're on widespreading. Let's drop that down, and I know the obviously the tedder's way too wide, but that's all right. Still working, it'll still do the job. So we can mow and ted as we go. There'll be all sorts of attachments, there'll be all sorts of things that people will think to do, that they'll fiddle around and they'll find all ingenious ways of going about doing this. Fantastic. So what I need to do now is I need to do some more square bales, because what we're going to do, we're going to whiz along and we're going to test out the wrapper with trailer behind it. We're going to do it with the one that they suggest, the Anderson, which will do 14 bales, but I'm also going to do it with an auto load bale trailer, because I don't see any reason why that wouldn't work behind. If you put an auto load, as the bales come past it, it should go up onto it. We'll give it a go. Bear with me a minute while I get some more square bales done. So this is how the two of these will come. If we put operating position on the bale loader, then we switch to the wrapper and put unfold, so unfold it into its wrap position. If we go to our bale trailer, we are in operating position, so we should be good to go. Now obviously this bale trailer behind is for square bales. You might find one that will hook up that will do round bales, and that's what I'm thinking about. Auto load trailers will work quite nicely. I didn't turn on automatic drop. Let's do that. Try forward. It automatically picks it up, loads it up. That's pretty cool. Like that. That certainly saves a bit of time. Looks pretty cool too. So what I'm going to do now is we'll put that into transport position, we'll disconnect it, let's whiz over and connect up to this. I went for the one that doesn't have, you can change this Adjuranti one so it doesn't have a PTO on it. Just curious. No reason why it wouldn't work. Operating position on. Switch back to that. That's weird. That just completely bypassed the wrapper. So it could well be the arm on this is too short, so that it's actually doing the auto load before it picks up the bale. Oh, that's frustrating. I was hoping that was going to work. Maybe with other ones it would. Nope, it's taking it straight onto the trailer. Oh, that's a B. Like I say, that's not to say that all of them won't work. There are so many auto-load bale trailers out there. I'm sure there'll be one that does. But we certainly saw that it will work using the one that it suggests there, the Anderson Group TSR 3450. But anyway, That's it for the mods for today. Tomorrow, I say tomorrow is release day. The reason why I'm a bit crabby and grumpy today. The Platinum expansion drops tomorrow. Well, midnight, depending on where you are in the world, it drops at midnight. Some people had PC access early to do videos. So general release was supposed to be midnight. They did an update and that got pinged out to Sony, got pinged out to Microsoft. Something happened. If you're an Xbox, you've already got access. That's if you're a season pass holder or you pre-ordered. I think anyone on Xbox that had season pass or pre-ordered has already got access to it. So unfortunately, PlayStation, Sony haven't. So some people have already got it, some people haven't. It's just the way it's worked out, unfortunately. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for the mods for today. I'll see you tomorrow, depending on what I'm going to be posting. I'm not sure yet. I was going to do some silver run stuff, but I don't know now. And there may be mods, there may not. Who knows? But I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.